I bought a bargain of a 3% differential last game week and it paid off. It's not too late to buy him. I'm going to reveal who it is in this video. He's got the best fixture difficulty ratings from an attacking perspective. You're going to get to see all 20 of those ratings and the best defensive fixtures as well. Henderson's still in goal. He faces Liverpool at home this game week, and now Palace have got the worst defensive fixtures in the whole league. I might be forced into a goalkeeper transfer this game week. I'm not keen on those because there is a low upside. I would of course consider Pickford, but I can't afford him. I do like Everton's defence now. Branthwaite and Mykolenko are back. Leicester also have easy fixtures, but I would skip their defence. They've got the worst expected goals conceded figure in the whole league. If I am going to make the move, I'd go for another 4.5 mil goalkeeper, which is Flecken. I think he's the most likely to get the points per million. I know Brentford's defence has been quite poor so far this season, which actually puts me off making the move a little bit. Last season's stats imply that they do have an average defence though. That's a larger sample size to go off. So based on all the data that we have, if anything, I'd say at worst their defence is slightly below average. In defence, I've got Trent against Palace away, Gabriel against Southampton at home, and Gvardiol against Fulham at home. The first, second, and fourth for clean sheet odds, and they've all had attacking returns so far this season. I did expect at least 1 or 2 clean sheets last game week, and we didn't come away with any, but at least Gvardiol scored. This has actually been a recurring pattern for the last 4 game weeks. Out of these 3 players, every single game week, one of them has carried the other 2 defenders that have blanked. I am happy with this defence for now, but if I was to bring a defender in, just like the goalkeeper situation, it would be from Everton or Brentford. I like Pinnock from Brentford for the same reasons that I mentioned earlier as Flecken. He's cheap, he's 4.5 mil, he's got favourable fixtures, but I do prefer Mykolenko for 4.3 mil. You do save 0.2 mil there, and Everton's defence, like I mentioned earlier, is pretty strong with him and Branthwaite back in the team. First on the bench is João Pedro. Now whilst this video is being recorded, I'm not sure whether he's fit to play or not. If he is, it would be against Spurs at home. If he is cleared of his injury, I'm considering starting him over Eze against Liverpool. I'm not sure about his minutes though. I would prefer to have Eze for 90 minutes rather than Pedro ease back in, which he probably will be. If you watched my team selection video last game week, you'll know that I could have sold him and I decided to get 2 midfielders instead because I preferred the midfielders to the forwards. I sold Bruno and Winks. I bought McNeil and Mbeumo. That gave me a 24 point swing. Second on my bench is Fass against Bournemouth at home. That's not too bad, but Leicester still have the worst expected goals conceded figure in the league. Howard Bellis is even less optimal. He travels to the Emirates to face Arsenal, which is why he's buried deep on my bench. In midfield I've got Eze, and like I mentioned earlier with Henderson, they have got poor fixtures at the minute. They're not as bad from an attacking perspective, but the next 2 are Liverpool at home, then Forest away. It's not too bad after that. I could sell him, but the problem is who for? I don't really like any replacements at his price tag or below. If I didn't get McNeil last game week, it would be him, but of course I've already got him, so I might have to ride out the fixtures. Rodgers has got another attacking return. Yet again, he's paid off my patience. He only cost 5 mil. He's now got 17 points in the last 2 game weeks. United at home next, which isn't too bad, and I can't see myself selling him anytime soon. McNeil is the player that I was referring to at the beginning of the video. He's just got a 15 pointer against Palace and I bought him last game week. He's got the highest expected assists in the whole league with 3, the most chances created with 21. His underlying stats imply that he's expected to get a non-penalty goal involvement every other game, which is very good for his price tag, and it's even better that he's got 0.85 goals and assists per 90 minutes so far. He's taking up advanced positions just behind Calvert-Lewin centrally, going for 5.5 mil. He has just had a price rise to 5.6 mil, but I wouldn't let that put you off. It's not too late to buy him. Everton still have the easiest fixtures from an attacking perspective. They've got no difficult fixtures all the way up until game week 15. Over to the red part of Merseyside, I captained Salah last game week and it paid off. Holland and Saka both blanked. Now I've got 10 captain picks in a row without a blank. Make sure you watch my best captain video after this if you haven't already. Salah's actually not quite made the video this game week. He narrowly missed out on the shortlist because he's not got the home advantage. He is still a great player to own this game week against Palace away, like he is most game weeks. I bought Mbeumo last game week for a 9 pointer. Now he's got Wolves at home, which is favourable. As you've seen earlier on the attack fixture difficulty ratings, Brentford are one of the best teams for fixtures, and Mbeumo's one of the best midfielders in the whole game right now for his price tag. He's a 90-minute man, playing out of position up front, and he's on penalty duties. If you don't already own him, I'd try to bring him in as soon as possible. If I was to transfer in a midfielder that I don't already own myself, I'd go for Foden at 9.2 mil. He took a few price drops because of his injury, but he has returned now. He's got a high upside, and whilst I don't base any of my decisions on ownership, it is a big bonus that he is a differential. Calvert-Lewin is first up front. He has blanked in both the matches since I bought him, At least he's clocked 90 minutes in the last 3 matches, and I'm going to keep him until game week 15 unless he was to get dropped. That's for the same reason as McNeil, because Everton have such easy fixtures. It would be difficult for me to decide on transferring in a forward that I don't already own. I do prefer midfielders to forwards in the game right now, which is why I'm rolling with a 3-5-2 formation. But if I did have to choose, I'd have Solanke for the next 5. He's got 3 home fixtures, 3 of them are average, but West Ham at home in game week 8 is pretty easy. Ipswich at home in game week 11 is very easy, and I would jump off him in game week 12 when he faces City at the Etihad. And of course, the final piece to the puzzle is Haaland. He is in the running for captaincy this game week. Make sure you watch my best captain video if you've not already. Let's see if I can make it to 11 picks in a row with no blanks. But before you go, my transfer plans that I'm considering selling Henderson to Flecken, but I am more likely to roll. I'd rather have 2 free transfers next game week and make higher upside transfers in outfield positions. Make sure you follow me on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'll get a team reveal out before the deadline.